All right. Okay, I think this is working. I'm not 100% sure. I don't see where the chat window is. Where's the chat window? Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. Well, let's get started. It's Saturday, May the 11th, the year 2019, and we're going to try again to read a letter from Russell Landers. I can't believe I'm getting called again. Okay, I'm not going to answer that right now. So anyway, it seems like the phone just rings all the time. But anyway, it's been raining today all morning, and I'm hoping it clears up enough where I can actually go walk around the lake today. But while I'm stuck here in the rain, I thought I would read a letter from Russell Landers, and I'm going to try out YouTube Live. There's several functions with YouTube Live that I need to work. One of them is the video, the chat, and then I need to be able to share my desktop so that I can share the letter from Russell. So let's do screen share, entire screen share, and let's bring up this. I hope you guys are seeing my screen right now. There's Russell's page. Keep in mind, this is a picture of Russell when he was in prison. He's got a big old black eye. So even when they take his picture, he's been abused. This is another picture of Russell. That's his mailing address. I think he has been moved out of the CMU in Terre Haute to the general population. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe that's the case. And so we're going to read this letter from Russell. If you want to watch videos about the Montana Freemen, if you want to learn about CMU prisons, you know, there was a Wikipedia article about the Montana Freemen, and Russell Landers responded and exposed all the lies. He exposed all the lies in Wikipedia. This guy right here is Hakeem Abdul Shahid, and he talked about being outright tortured in America. So we've collected lots and lots of letters from Russell. I cannot write to Russell, and Russell cannot write to me, but there are some people that do write to Russell, and somehow, some way, I wind up with the letters. And so we have, what's 5 times 15? I think that would be 75, right? We've received 75 letters from Russell, and we've uploaded them to the Year of Jubilee website. So you can learn about letters from Russell, and we're going to read you this letter right here. Now, let me stop sharing and just see if anybody's in the chat room. Give me just a second. Yeah, it's just me. I don't know. So I'm going to type in hello. We're going to go back to sharing. I hope this is going out on the internet. And while I'm reading it, I'm going to try to bring up a camera. I don't know if that's going to work or not. Okay, here we go. Okay, so I'm going to have this camera up while I read. Whoops. All right. Russell wrote this on April the 30th, and of course, I cannot receive the letter, but somebody sent it to me, and I've blanked out. I don't want to give them, you know, they can't control us and how we deal with Russell's letters. Who do they think they are? By the light, April the 30th, 2019, Tuesday. Keep in mind that Russell's in the same prison as Schaefer Cox and David Hinkson and Kurt Johnson, and the same prison that Robert David Neal was murdered in. But it says, greetings, God bless you and yours. I pray his blessings are great and your tests are such that they too shine after all as blessings. I hope spring is at least peeking through there at Hopkins. A few days ago, 8 inches of snow in Chicago near the end of April. It has been slow springing here as well. On April the 18th, they suddenly moved me next door, same address, but I had no knowledge, reasons unrevealed. Today, 12 days later, I still do not have my property. It's a mystery. Perhaps they're not happy with the December the 17th, 2018 Universal Supreme Court of the Tilshikotan Nation International Aboriginal Court ex parte order, ruling on my appeal in my favor. It appears the initial mailing of the order was not properly delivered to me. Keep in mind, the Tilshikotan nation has mailed out letters exonerating many of the political prisoners, and they appointed the political prisoners ambassadors. I'm pretty sure that Russell Landers got Scotland. He's ambassador to Scotland. On or about April the 1st, I finally received it by and through a Christian brother with the Chilcotin National Congress. January 1st of 2019, letter of delegation appointing me as Honorable Chilcotin Ambassador to Scotland for the state of the Chilcotin. This is authority in treaty law, and not only orders my release on my own recognizance, but ruler all charges of my case dismissed. It certainly appears these are in dishonor, as it is clear that the order and declaration stands firm in the law. Chilcotin is a UN and US recognized nation and protected by binding treaty/law. Steps in progress will overcome the obstruction of justice and dishonor. Pray with me for the honor of this just and superior authority ruling. I pray one day something for a gathering of all who have risen to call for the liberty and justice in their matter. The foundation here is a giant redwood, massive, solid, and it all started with a creator and a little seed, like an oak flake was. As I'm writing the pad on top of an empty locker, as my property is still not here, could it be that I've struck the beehive? John 8:32, the whole truth out of millions would be freed. This massive prisoners for taxation, this massive prisoners for taxation scam. Were you going to say something, babe? Profit, yeah, for profit. Russell puts taxation scam has resulted in horrid injury to millions of people whose fathers nor grandfathers, etc., would never have been arrested, let alone imprisoned for decades for life. Matters in truth and not crimes at all. United States Socialist America, USSA, a scam where prisoners are worth more money than taxpayers. Who has eyes to see? On a good side of this, for the first time in 12 years, I've been able to walk on dirt and grass. That's such a powerful sentence. I'm going to read it again. I don't know if you picked up, and don't let that slide, right? Let me read that again, because Russell has been suffering in a dungeon, and he's been fed bad food and bad water. Let me read it again. On a good side of this, for the first time in 12 years, I've been able to walk on dirt and grass. 2 miles per day. I've walked 10 miles in 6 days. One rainy day off. I spent over 10 years confined in one building. Who would believe it in America? Hated for revealing the truth. The same crowd who crucified our Lord Jesus in 23rd year overall. Russell's been in prison for 23 years.
That's a violation of the 8th Amendment.
That's cruel and unusual punishment, a violation of the 8th Amendment. Numerous revelations have more and more people seeing the solution for exposing the fraud that has been used for imprisoning hundreds of thousands of people in the last 50 years for money. And what must be done for setting the people, not truly criminals, free? 1960 through the present, this travesty of horror has been purposely poured on the people. The end is found in truth, exposure, and just actions. So I'm going to continue to read this. When I'm sharing my screen, I cannot see the chat function. So if you're in the chat room, I'll come back to that in a little bit, but I cannot see it right now. These foolish people photocopy postcards. Let me read this because this is important. He's talking about the prison mailroom. I think there's a special place in hell that's especially hot for the prison mailroom people. And I have experience on why I say that. These foolish people photocopy postcards, greeting cards, colored anything, as they imagine some kind of drug could be sprayed on them. I have no clue about drugs, and am sure those writing do not either. What nonsense. The latest, 2 postcards from a friend, Marty, who just moved to Michigan recently. I just received recently a recent copy in May and June, a Christmas catalog. So in May and June, he just finally gets a Christmas catalog because they copy everything that he gets. He don't get the original, they make a copy of it. That's called job security for the idiots in the mailroom. People who work here are some noticeably troubled by my purpose stand and thus peculiar, not like theirs, ways of truthfully doing what I do, and in many cases must be done. People are being used, and very few know it, nor know how to get it right and stop being used by the powers of darkness. Learn and teach truth, and the powers of darkness will react. I haven't heard for a while, but I hope and pray that good things are working for you and folks and family you serve at work. I pray management sees people first and not money. As join me in your prayers for your workplace, the people and all. I'm certain of God's help, love, blessings. I include you, your sister, loved ones in my prayers daily. I truly know and firmly believe we can always count on our Lord and Jesus Christ now and forever. May the tulips and bluebells soon bless you and yours. Spring a new lease on life every year. The lilies filled your heart and treasure small and large. All the gifts we have to be thankful for. Thank you for your special friendship. With love of Christ, Rex Russell Dean. That's somebody who has taken the time to write Russell Landers a letter. Okay, this is Russell Landers right here. And we've also got a webpage for Russell Landers where you can learn about him. And he was with the Montana Freemen. He's been in prison for 23 years. He's never hurt anybody. There's no victim to his crime. And I pray that you remember Russell. Let me go back. So I'm in the chat room and I don't see anybody, but I hope this went out. I pray that you remember Russell, and I pray that this is actually working. Take care. God bless. Have a great day.